You're watching The Ugly Inside. Subscribe below.
After that terrific result on Thursday night, 3-0 to Southampton over Sparta, our focus now turns back to the Premier League in our first Sunday game of many that's to come. Now we look ahead to Sunday's game. I'm joined by Phil from Swansea Fanzine, Planet Swans. Phil, how are you doing, mate, and how are you feeling going into this game?
Probably slightly more optimistic after a draw with Chelsea last weekend. I think, getting a point there when it's probably least expected was really good. So, gives us a bit of optimism. We're in the middle of a tough run of games. Sort of after you, we got Man City twice next week. So, we got to start picking points up somewhere along the line.
Like you say, you picked up a terrific point last week. But when we last spoke back in February, Guidolin had just come in. Now that he's had a lot of time to settle in, how has he got the team playing, and how are they playing right now?
It's a difficult one, to be honest, because we struggled through large parts of last season, and it was only the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks of the season that we lifted ourselves clear of safety and the football started to look good. But we are very much a different side to what we were a couple of years back. It's less free flowing passing. It's more about sort of steady build ups, I guess, and things like that. So you'll get many people that tell us we're not as good as we were, but equally, we do what we can, and we seem to be surviving on our own.
So, like us this summer, your star man left you. So how Swansea adapting to life after Ashley Williams, and how are the new names, most importantly, settling in?
I think we were lucky with Ashley going because we had Jordi and Matt anyway, and Jordi's been with us for a couple of years, so he was always seen as the natural person to step in should Ashley ever leave. So defensively we haven't changed that much. Up front slightly different. We're hoping that Borgia will be fit for Sunday and therefore make his debut after his transfer in the summer, and Sigurdsson seems to be back to his best a little bit since the Euros in the summer. So, come together a little bit for us.
So you mentioned Sigurdsson there. We all know about his qualities and his dangerous types of play from free kicks and anywhere on the pitch, actually, from the 18-yard box or whatever. But who else would you say is your danger man that's going to go into this game? Obviously, first scored last week, and Llorente's quite highly rated.
Yeah, I think Leroy Fer was quite a good signing for us back in January when we picked him up on loan, and obviously making that permanent. He's now seems to be having his lease of life. That's 3 goals this season from midfield. So that's the kind of thing you want. Llorente is an interesting one. He's yet to get off the mark, but as I said as well, we paid 50 million for Borja Baston in the summer, and fingers crossed now he can come in on Sunday and maybe get his goal account off straight away as well.
So talk us through your tactics then, mate. What sort of formation, who can we expect to see line up against the Saints at St Mary's on Sunday?
I don't think you'll see much difference from the side that finished last week. Guidolin experimented last week with wing-backs and changed it very quickly after 40 minutes because it wasn't working. So you'll get the very similar back four that's playing at the moment. So you've got Taylor, you'll have Norton, you'll have Matt and Fernandez. We may see Leon Britton back in midfield. It's a tricky one because Sigurdsson's a shoe-in. Leroy Fer clearly is, so suspect it probably end up being Jack Cork, but we might have Leon Britton. Do think we'll see Baston in, and possibly might even see Barrow or Montero start and see if we can do something with a bit of pace in the wings.
One strange one I noticed last weekend, actually, former Saint Jack Cork was given the armband. Do you think he's going to retain it on Sunday, coming back to a club that he played for 3 or 4 years?
We've never really replaced Ashley Williams as captain, so if Leon Britton plays, he seems to take the armband. If he's not playing, then Jack Cork does get it. So, I'm assuming that's the way we're going to run this season, but we've never made a formal announcement as to who club captain is at the moment, so it's just the way it's working out.
And finally, mate, what are you expecting from this game? Can we squeeze you for a score prediction, mate?
You probably can on this one, and it is difficult to see us getting a win, to be honest. We're not performing as well as we can do. I don't think we look like we're likely to score many goals, so I suspect we will come down, be a little bit defensive. So, but I just think this time round you might just have too much for us, so possibly one goal in it, maybe 1-0, 2-1 to you.
I'll take a 1-0. We took it back in February, and I would certainly take that once again. But Phil, you've been great. Thanks for joining, mate. And for you guys at home, if you want to check out more Swansea content, head over to planetswans.co.uk to check out more Swansea content. But for now, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more.